Alright, so here we are, this week's video. There's buckets of carrots, beans, more carrots between those and the radishes, and then more carrots here, and then peas. And then here's my big pea plant, starting to flower, so cool. My gourd, getting steadily longer, actually. Well, these lower leaves keep yellowing and dying, so hopefully it sprouts enough pretty quick here so that it can climb up this trellis. And of course, the main reason for this video is these babies. And here I'm going to walk around the perimeter here and show you my tomato progress. Here's my cherry 100s. And then here's the Rutgers Sun Gold, Chadwick Cherry, Black Trifle. That is the Better Boy, and then the Big Beef, Pink Bertona, Cherokee Purple, Yellow Pear, Bradley, Megabyte. So there's the tomatoes. Alright, well, as long as I'm right here and show you the progress on my purple UFOs, which you can see a few flowers here. As long as I'm here, I'll pollinate. I think they might all be pollinated already, but worth another go just in case. And the other one, there's a lot of flower buds, not any open on that one. Hungarian Black, looking a lot better this week than last week. Corycidicame 1, and number 2. Technically this is number 1. And you can see all those flowers under here. Bunch of them. There's probably 6 to 8 flowers. This one has a lot of side branching nodes that throw out. I think it's just 1 pepper per node, but it's just non-stop. And my Cheyenne, I've got another one forming here. I believe there's a yeah, there's a pepper. Might be a few peppers on this one. One out at my mom's has a couple on there. Elephant trunk, what up? Here's the pepper. Pretty small yet, but it's got a lot of more flower buds. They haven't really opened yet, but it's coming along. Purple cayennes, doing well. Bunch of flowers. This one's starting to open. And the pimientos, lots of flower buds. So I'm looking forward to those. And here be my monkey face. This one, this is an upside down view, but you get the message. Lots of bushiness on the growth. No open flowers still yet, but that's okay. This is an Apache. Boom. Tio. You see those flowers. There's one right here. A whole bunch. And here's a pepper forming. I just picked the petals off it, but here it is. Flower. This is ridiculously healthy now. And my lemon drops. Here's the big boy. And its brother here. And another brother. And another brother. Another brother. Or sister, I guess. Lots of open flowers still. Lots of peppers. There's one down in the middle here somewhere. Where did it go? Anyway. I don't want to spend too much time here. There's Bishop's Crown, looking really nice this week. Lots of new growth. I'm hoping it'll start to flower soon. Hicito. Oh, there's a grasshopper. You see that? There it is. Hop along now, little one. Oh, it's one of those winged ones. Other lemon drop. These are ridiculous. I'm gonna both my Chacoense, looking really good now. Really bounced back nicely. And then there's the Eximiums. Still no open flowers on this bigger one. It's a little slower to get going, but it's looking really good. And my TCO7246 is also looking really well. Finally got some flower buds that are close to ready to bloom within the next week or so, I'd say. Not going to get very big. Here's others that are just really doing well now, the Rakotos. And they got a few flower buds, small ones in here. But they've recovered very nicely. Just looking really good. Finally, I was worried about them for a while. Peruvian purple. And it did have a pepper forming, but that fell off the other day. Yesterday, I think, actually. So that one's looking really good. Here's my yellow orange bird pepper. The other one of which is up on the bluff. It's getting nice and tall. Wish I could say that this was doing well. I think this is probably dead. I pulled one of them out just the other day and replaced it with the Pero Sweet orange pepper here. Here's a flower. We'll see what we can get. Oh yeah, there's pollen in it. There's already another one where the pepper is forming. See right there? So cool. I hope I get a couple good ones off of that plant. I'm not sure how big it's going to get though. Here'd be my bird's eyes. Looking really good still. This one I put a cage around. Still no flowers on those, but that's alright. They'll go eventually. Pimenta Dinade, little tanner this week. And some flower buds. Jamaican. It's slow going. We'll see what I get off of it. And here's my habanero from the nursery. It's got a few peppers on the underside. There's like between 3 and 6 flowers per node. I'll show you one node just as an example. You can see that there's like 4 flowers on this one node. There's a couple small peppers forming. A lot of open flowers that I've pollinated, so we'll hopefully get a good harvest out of that one. Both my Bikinos. This one has a few flowers on it that are good to go. A couple small peppers, I believe. This one, you can see that. Peppers aren't going to get all that much bigger than this. Probably be about this long, centimeter. Maybe not even quite an inch, so close to an inch maybe for the bigger ones, but lots of flowers and more to come. This is going to be a good producer eventually. White Fatalis, still I'm not sure if there's really any big flower buds on these. They're one that got hit hard when they transitioned to the front yard here, so they're a little bit slower to get going. They're concentrating on trying to recover. Lots of scorched leaves. White Foots, both looking pretty good. This one's still got some busted up leaves on it, but they got a lot of flowers forming. And here, looking good. This one, this is really cool. I wanted to show you this. Look how broad the stem got. It's really wide, but it's not very thick. It's really weird. And then on the very end here, just huge bunches of leaves coming out all at once. And here's the unknown. Hopefully this will produce anything. I'm not sure if it will, but I'm going to give it a shot. I might bring it in for the winter, see if I can keep it alive and take it to next year. Peach Butt. Tons of flowers coming. They're not open yet, but there's a lot of buds. A lot of under there. See those? I think those are 3 per node. Oh no, this one's got 4 per node. So that one might be pretty productive. And the Tobago seasoning, they're not really doing anything anymore, so we'll see. CGN 21500's got some pollinated flowers that are, there we go. So now we got the proto peppers forming there. And another flower that's pollinated, so I'll just pluck the dead petals off of there. And they already, the peppers, the proto peppers, I'm not sure if you can see it, they're really small, but they already have that purplish tint to them, which is really cool. And here's the unknown Chinense, possibly crossed with frutescens from Baker's Peppers. I took the seeds out of one that Dale sent me last year, but they've got tons of flower buds. There's probably close to 100 flower buds on this here. I'll show you there's a 3 per node on most of them. Sometimes it's only 2, but there's a few that have 3. Nagabon cluster. I mean, I don't even know how many that is per node. Let's see. This one node alone has 8, maybe more, flower buds. And there's the Cantina Yellow. REBB Gusano has got a couple small peppers on it. Or maybe not. No, I think they're just pollinated flowers, so looking good though. And this yellow bullet finally coming back. A lot of little flowers here. And a few that are, the petals have dropped off if I'm not mistaken, but looking really nice. Actually, I think that these plants look better than the ones at my mom's house that are in the ground, so a bunch of their bell peppers last week I noticed got hit by some fungus. And here are my Zavery. No, this is Red 7. And this, oh yeah, this is the red REBB Gusano. So that's got a few proto flower buds, nothing big yet. And here's both my Anaheims. It's really starting to bush out, which is nice. Got some flower buds, nothing opened yet. And my 2 Zaveries. So hopefully I get some peppers off of this. It doesn't look like it's still ready to start budding. But there's my other CGN 22184, which was going to go on the bluff, but I don't think I will put it up there now. Progressively, it just keeps dying down the stem a little bit at a time. And the new leaves that coming up, they'll be green, dark green for a while, and then they'll just... Peruvian Purple, number 2. Still might go up there if I can muster up the motivation to hike up there with more plants. And I may or may not be purchasing some Chenzo plants. So here's the other red REBB Gusano and Zavery. So there we are. It's going to be another long video, so I'll see you later. I'll be up on the bluff soon. Alright, here we are out at my mom's. So Nagabon starting to throw out a lot of little flower buds. I think something's been eating at these because there's a lot of leaves that look like this. I don't think all of them can be attributed to the hailstorm last month. Hesitant to pull too much leafage off because a lot of these are pretty sparse growth. I don't think they like the soil out here as much. Starting to look a little off. Here's my Moruga, which is getting eaten up badly. Kind of tattered. Peach butt. Lots of flowers on it, but if I don't sound excited it's because I'm worried that my plants are going to get infected here, because there's that last row of pepper plants there of my mom's, and a lot of them are getting some sort of fungus on the leaves or blight. And here's the Jamaican hot chocolate, just starting to throw out some flowers. And that one's looking pretty healthy. And here's the white butt, which may or may not be getting eaten by something. Still really sturdy, but a few of the leaves are starting to get spotted. And Bishop's Crown is also starting to throw some flower buds out. It's getting pretty bright out, so might be a little bit glare. And the Ahi Crystal, steady tall, and not throwing out a lot of new growth though. And here's the 215 00. That's the one that I plucked a lot of leaves off before I started filming. My wife helped me with that. Starting to, a lot of them were getting eaten by something. And if I see the little bastards, I'm probably not going to be too nice. Moving along here, I'm swing back around the other way here. The Red 7. Flower buds slowly forming. I know a lot of these ones take longer. And here's the Orange Manzano, which you can see that right there by my thumb. There's probably half a dozen or so flower buds. There's one right here. This one's doing really well. Pick off a few leaves that are kind of speckled looking. And here's the... Hold on. Okay, so this... Yeah, this is the Jamaican. That was the red 7. Okay. Now here's the yellow bullet over here. This one that's kind of iffy. It's not, hasn't seemed like it likes it out here all that much. Maybe it needs less sun, I don't know. But it's looking okay. I mean, it's not dying or anything, but just not liking it out here quite as much. And it's right next to a Nasties. And here's the Cantina Yellow. Get up close and personal. This is a nice bushy compact plant. Oh, it's not flowering a lot. It's got a few buds forming on it, but nothing opened up yet. But it's still looking really healthy. This one doesn't gotten eaten as much as some of the others. And right behind me here, get up close and personal, you can see some peppers right here. A few more right here. And here's a bigger one. And here's the biggest one. And 3/4 of an inch or so, and a few flowers. And there's another pepper. That's the lemon drop. That one is the healthiest plant out here and the biggest, and also the biggest at my house. So yeah, awesome. There's the monkey face, doing reasonably well. Nice and stocky, pushing out sideways in all kinds of ways here. Check that out. And it's got a lot of flower buds and unopened flowers, but looks like. And here's the turtle's claw, or Eribaby Gusano, or caterpillar pepper, whatever you want to call it. I don't think there are any peppers on it yet, but there's a lot of flowers that are opening or ready to open. So yeah, that's a really nice looking plant, really bushy. Going to be very productive by the time all is said and done, since they don't get very big. You can throw out a lot of peppers without concentrating tons of energy on growing like a really big pepper like an Anaheim or something like that. And here is the Congo orange, looking good. This one's done really well out here as well. It's got a couple flower buds on it, nothing drastic. If I can even get 1 or 2 good pods out of it, I'll be happy. Todd, if you watch this particular part of the video, I'll be sending you one of those to test out. And then you got the Bikino Irisemas. With those, got a few small peppers on them. Hard to see them when they're that small. They don't get very big anyway. That one's fared pretty well from the transplant shock and the sun scorch. And here's the Ajicito. Another one that's doing pretty well. Finally starting to throw out some small flower buds. And here's the Amazon orange from Roland. Got fairly tall. It doesn't have a lot of leaves. I plucked quite a few off too. And here's the teal. There's some flowers here. Lots of flower buds. This one's nice and sturdy. Partial wild species, so it's does pretty well in this kind of soil. There's my Tasmanian red. I divested it of a bunch of foliage. Hopefully this one will make it. I got a couple flower buds on here, so we'll see. And then there's the Cheyenne, which I'm not sure if the peppers made it or not. Oh yeah, here. Wow, that one's getting big. And then there is another one back here too. Bam. There might even be others on there that I'm not aware of. So yeah, here we go. So there's a panoramic. Well, I'll see you later. Alright, here we are at my Bluff location. 6 guys or gals still rocking.
Let's look at the Tio now. Biggest plant. It's got a, I believe it's got an open flower on it. Oh yeah, here we go. Bam! And another one coming close. It's doing really well. It seems like it's firmly established now. Cantina yellow. Flower bud that just fell off. Habanero. It's got a few flowers that are ready to open up. A lot more waiting in the wings. That's the one that has like 3 to 6 flowers per node. Pardon me here, I'm going to stop and get a couple blueberries. We already got some ripe ones, which is surprising for the end of June. But, moving along here. Got the yellow-orange bird pepper. Growing similarly to its counterpart in my yard. Although it's growing a little bit slower since it obviously got transplanted into the ground. And the other one's been in its posh bucket with really good soil. So, it's bound to happen that way until they get over the shock. I think once it kicks in, they'll start producing a lot better. And here's the Apache. Pollinate that. It's got a few more. We'll see how many pods I get off this. I'm not sure how big this plant's going to end up getting, but in any case, such as it is, it's still looking pretty good for how small it is. And here's one I noticed has gotten a bit bigger. The leaves have gotten a lot more bushy, and it's really bouncing back. Not as much so as its cousins, but again, transplant shock into the ground, so bound to be a transitional period. So there we are. See you next week.